Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back to the Missy Money channel. I'm Missy and I'm a mom of 3 and the owner of Missy Money, a small business that specializes in minimalist and aesthetic cash stuffing essentials to help inspire and motivate you on your personal finance journey. Today is going to be a shop update, so I'm going to be introducing a lot of new products and a few product upgrades, all of which will be launching on August 13th. So I do have a bunch of new products coming to the shop, many of which have been inspired by suggestions or questions from you all on using the system. So thank you so much to everybody who's engaged, who's dropped a comment, who's dropped a question, who's sent an email asking if I'd have things available in the future. All of it has been super inspirational and super helpful to understanding what would be helpful for you that I could offer in the shops. All right, so before I hop into the first product, I do want to give a little bit of background on how this came to be. So if you are familiar with my shop, you know that I currently offer pre-printed envelopes, meaning that I offer 60 different categories that are kind of fixed and pre-printed on the envelopes. And then I offer also blank envelopes, and all of those are done on this material, which is like a thick material and just a kind of more rigid, sturdy material that just lasts really well, and I found is just really durable and high quality. I have always, though, wanted to be able to offer custom printed envelopes. And the reason that I've always wanted to do that is because I know that everybody's personal finance journey looks different, everybody's life is different, and your needs for planning for those categories are different. But the problem was I couldn't find a way to be able to customize envelopes on material that I found really durable and that stood the test of time. So I'm super excited to announce that I found a way, I found a solution to be able to print custom category envelopes for you all on this material, on these envelopes. And what I love about the printing, I'm going to show you all the variations that are available, is again, I'm able to use my custom fonts that I really wanted and that I loved. And it is, once it prints, it dries immediately and it is super, super durable. Okay, so these are the 6 variations for the custom envelopes. You'll see that there are 2 different envelope color types and then 3 different font types. So I'll talk through all of that, starting with the fonts. So there will be 3 different font types offered. This is just a very clean, minimalist, sleek print font. This is a serif font. If you want to get a little bit, it's still clean, it's still very minimalist, but a little bit fancier. And then there's also a contemporary script font as well. I can print up to 2 words per envelope, and each of those words can have up to 13 characters. So I know that miscellaneous is a really common envelope. Miscellaneous has 13 letters, so you will be able to print a miscellaneous envelope. If you have an envelope like insurance premiums, I can also do that because it's 2 words and each word is 13 characters or less. So 13 characters is going to be the character limit, but I did decide that I did want to offer 2 different envelope types. So this is a frosted clear. It's exactly what all of my previous envelopes have been, and I would say it's kind of the most common. I also wanted to offer a translucent white. So this is not 100% opaque, but it is, it's much more opaque, obviously, than the frosted clear. And then I'm going to pull 2 of these aside, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when you put cash in the different colors. So let me pull 2 $100 bills here. All right, so you can see that you can still see the cash within the translucent white envelope, but again, it's much more opaque, and the spending, even with cash in it, the spending still really pops. The category name still really pops. Versus the frosted white, once you put the cash in, the name of the category that's printed is just a little bit more recessive. So this is totally a personal choice. I think for my videos, what I'm going to do is in my variable expenses and sinking fund binders, I'm going to be using the translucent white just so it shows up on camera and you can kind of see my category names really easily. But for my my savings challenges, I'm going to be using the frosted white. So I think that's how I'm going to split up mine, but you can select whichever color you want. And I'll have pictures of these on the website so you can see and kind of compare both different envelope colors as well as the 3 different font options. But I'm just really excited about being able to offer custom envelopes. I hope you guys are excited too. Like I said, this has been a labor of love. This has been a work in progress for the past year, being able to figure out a solution. So that is the first big product drop. So the budget planner is getting a little bit of an update, the inserts specifically, and there are 3 inserts that are changing. So I am going to show you those inserts and I'm going to show you the previous insert and the new insert just so you can see what is different. On the monthly planning insert, which again I use to kind of plan out my month, one of the things that I have heard as feedback, and I agree with, being somebody who uses this insert, is I actually have wanted people that wanted a little bit more room within this monthly calendar to be able to write more than just their paydays. And so the biggest thing that I wanted to solve for in the updated monthly planning insert is giving more room in that monthly view. And so this is what the first 2 pages of the new monthly insert look like. I split the calendar across 2 pages, so it creates a lot more room. If you're somebody who wants to write down bills on the days that are due, and paychecks and all kind of the financial things, this will give you a lot more space to do it. So you can just see, again, kind of the size difference of the room that you have to work with. This will continue to be an undated insert. And so that means that you can start on any month. There's a place on the cover to write down the month that you're planning, and then a place on the insert to write down the month that you're planning, and then a place for you to mark down the days depending on the calendar and how your paychecks are flowing that month. But there is a place to do that. The other thing I just added, frankly, because there was space and I just wanted to give a little bit of a Easter egg and a just little moment of uplift, was every single insert will have a little motivational saying. So this one says, your potential to succeed is infinite. There's one that says, do today well. There's one that says, you can do hard things. They're just, each of them are just meant to be a little bit of a moment of uplift for you as you're working through your financial journey. So everything else about the monthly insert is staying the same. So there'll be a place for you to record your monthly income, your debts, plan your bill payments, your variable expenses, sinking funds. And then on the back, there's still a place for you to have your savings and investment categories, plan for your savings challenge contributions, and then the summary to make sure that you are planning to zero-based budget. So everything else about the monthly insert is staying the same. But again, the big change here is that there is a much bigger kind of calendar spread for you to work with. So hopefully that is a welcome change. All right, the next insert that got a pretty big facelift, pretty big change, is the paycheck breakdown insert. So paycheck breakdown and cash planning insert is meant for you to be able to plan out each of your paychecks according to how you set your monthly goals. And so in this insert, there's a place for you to record your total pay. There's a place for you to record what percent, what categories you're keeping in the bank. So the place for you to record and plan for the cash that you need for your wallet or variable expenses has also stayed the same. So nothing about the first 2 pages has changed. The third page is really where you're going to see the biggest change. So previously in the old insert, and this is the old insert, the third page was labeled binders and envelopes, and that was intended for you to record your sinking funds. So record your sinking fund categories and then plan out the cash denominations that you needed for those. Some of the things that I heard from folks are, number one, some of you actually have a lot of sinking funds spread across a lot of different binders. And so the amount of space that there was for you to be able to record all of your sinking funds, there wasn't enough space within this single sheet. The other thing I heard is that some of you actually cash stuff your bill and debt payments over the course of the month to have it in the bank ready to go for the other month. I personally don't do that. I keep my bill and debt allocations for each paycheck in the bank. But I know that some people want to cash stuff them. And so that influenced how I redesigned the next 2 pages. And so now there is one page for sinking funds. Again, it looks exactly the same in terms of its functionality. So you can plan out your cash denominations and list out how much you're allocating to each of those, all within the same sheet within your planner. So the functionality of it hasn't changed, but now there's a page for your sinking funds. And then there's a second page that's labeled other cash stuffing. And this is sort of now meant to be a flex page. So if you have more sinking funds than what can fit on a single page, you can have sinking fund overflow into this other cash stuffing page. Or if you are one of those people that cash stuff bills and debts, you can plan out your cash stuffing for bills and debts on this other cash stuffing page. So this is just meant to be a flex page. You can use it however is helpful to you. And then again, the very back page has stayed exactly the same. There's still a place for you to plan out your cash denominations for savings challenges, a place for you to plan out your cash planning summary, and then a place for you to make sure that you're utilizing every dollar within your paycheck down to a zero-based budget. So the big change on this one is just the addition of this flex page for other cash stuffing. So one of the requests that I had to bring to the shop was essentially taking like this cash planning layout and creating it as a standalone kind of thing that isn't necessarily something that you put into a binder. And so I am bringing to the shop a cash planning pad that will enable you to do your cash planning directly on this pad and use as many of these sheets as you want. So there are 50 sheets to a pad. They are not hole punched, so they're not meant to go within a binder. So they're just kind of a standalone, freestanding cash planning sheets to enable flexibility. This is something that I know people have been requesting, so I did create a separate standalone cash planning pad for those of you that were wanting to cash plan that way. So super excited about that one. So the last insert that I have changed is the expense tracking within the budget planner. And literally the only change that I made is I heard from some of you that you like reconciling your expenses. And so what I created was just an additional column with a little check mark to enable you to, if you do reconciliation, to enable you to have just a little check mark for whatever that means for your system. So expense tracking was previously not available as a standalone insert for purchase. It just came with the bundle. So I'm going to create a separate standalone listing. So if you want to just buy a refill of the expense tracker inserts, that will now be available for you to do that. The other thing I have been getting asked is if I could, again, have a standalone expense tracking pad or, worksheet for individuals to have their expense tracking outside of a binder. And so what I did do is I took, again, the same design and I just developed it in a standalone pad. And so again, this pad comes with 50 sheets. So if you do expense tracking, but you don't want to have it in an A5 binder, you can get this in the pad version and do your expense tracking that way. Again, same exact design and also has the spot for reconciliation. So that is the expense tracking. Next, let's talk placeholders. So I do have placeholders coming to the shop. If you watch my videos, this probably isn't surprising because I have been talking about needing to do a cash condensing for a long time, but said that I was waiting on a product to be able to do that. So the product I was waiting on were placeholders. And so these are the placeholders that will be offered within the shop. So I've got 6 variants. I've got a $500 placeholder, a $1,000 placeholder, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, and then a fully funded placeholder as well. So this is a kind of sturdier, thicker material. I would say it's similar to an envelope material, but it's a little bit different in that the envelopes are really smooth, and these have a little bit of texture to them because I wanted them to be really easy to grab, but they are made to last. Because they're made from that material, you're going to be able to use these over and over and over again, and they're really going to stand the test of time. So these are the 6 variants that are going to be available. They are going to be available in packs of 3s in each variant. So like 3 of the $500, 3 of the 1,000s, 3 of the 2,000s, etc. And then I'm also going to create a starter bundle that has a mix of these for 12 total placeholders. And that bundle is going to have, I'm going to double check and make sure this is right, 3 $500 placeholders, 3 $1,000 placeholders, 2 $2,000, 1 $5,000, 1 $10,000, and then 2 fully funded placeholders. So if you want to mix, but you don't want to buy a set of each of the 6, that kind of starter bundle will be a really great option for you. So I'm really, really excited about these. I'm going to film a cash condensing and kind of system transition video in my next video. I'm going to film that right after this one. And so you'll be able to see me use these in action. But again, the design is just supposed to be super minimalist, super simple, and just really nice and clean. So those are the placeholders that will be available. I have been getting so many questions from so many of you that have been adopting the spent envelope systems. Many of you know that I use the spent envelope system to enable me to use credit and debit cards. And so what that looks like from a process standpoint is if I make a shopping purchase, I move the cash that is tied to the amount of that purchase from my shopping envelope into my spent envelope. And then that represents that credit card transaction. And at the end of the month, I take all of this money in my spent envelope and I put it in the bank, pay off my credit card, and establish a buffer for my debit card so it's ready to use the next month. That's the 2-second version. There is a full tutorial if you're new and you want to learn more about using credit and debit cards within the cash stuffing system. But one of the most frequently asked questions that I get about the spent envelope system is what happens if you make a purchase but you don't have the right equivalent amount in your shopping envelope to be able to transition it right away into the spent envelope? Or what if you have your wallet, so you're out making a variable, expense, you have all your variable expenses with you, but the purchase that you made is tied to a sinking fund that's back home, so you can't immediately move the cash from your sinking fund to your spent envelope. So I created a little expense tracker that will serve this purpose. And I'm going to start using this just to be able to demonstrate it. But the idea here is if you have a credit card transaction, but you're not able to move the money right away, what you can do is you'll be able to mark the date of that transaction, the category that you need to pull it from, and the amount that you need to pull. And then once you are able to move that money, either the denomination's free up, you're able to make change, or you move the money from whatever sinking fund into your spent envelope, then you can mark it off with a little check mark. But this will enable you to keep tabs on, still use your credit card, but if you're not able to move the money right away, it'll enable you to keep track of those transactions so that you can move the money later when you're able to. So this expense tracking insert will fit right in your spent envelope, so you can keep it right in there. And then all of my wallets come with a little pen loop as well, so you can just keep a pen in here so you can record that whenever that happens. So I hope that that is enabling to those of you that have been trying out the spent envelope. I did also want to remind people that I have that tracker is new, but I also will continue to have in the shop this category tracker, which is a little bit different. So the kind of look and feel of it is similar. This is for spent envelope tracking or just expense tracking. This is to put, the intention is to put in your sinking fund envelopes if you are somebody that likes to track all of your sinking fund transactions. So on this one, there's a place for a date, a little plus or minus, whether you're making a deposit into a sinking fund or a withdrawal from that sinking fund, the amount, and then the balance that's left in that envelope. So this is intended to be kind of a sinking fund tracker that stays in your sinking fund envelopes. This was more designed with the spent envelope in mind, but those are the two trackers that are available in the shop. All right, guys, this is the last set of new products. This video is going to be much longer than I thought it was going to be, but there's just a lot to talk about and a lot of new things to introduce you to. So I'm really, really excited that I am going to be introducing 4 new savings challenges. And these savings challenges have really been born from, again, all of your amazing suggestions and questions and things that you'd love to see come to the shop. So the first new savings challenge is called the I Do Savings Challenge. And all of the savings challenges are, again, just getting a tiny, tiny little upgrade in the design. And so the new cover looks like this. And I actually am going to be offering a couple of different variations depending on what you want. So you will be able to get just the trackers if you want just the trackers, but I'll go ahead and flip through this real quick. So the I Do Savings Challenge set is intended to help you save for a wedding. What I did with each of these savings challenges is I included any category that I thought you may need. So if you are saving for a wedding, you might not use all of these categories, and that's totally okay. I just wanted to think of every category that you might want to save for, and then you can just use whatever categories are most applicable to you. But there is a savings challenge for a dress, groom outfit, rings, beauty. These are like fresh, so I haven't flipped through them yet. Invitations, venue and decor, food and drink, flowers, cake, music, photo and video, gifts like bridal party gifts, gifts for parents, that kind of thing. And then as always, there's a miscellaneous category. And then there's also a little honeymoon category that has little luggage icons with hearts on them, which are really cute. So hopefully you're able to see these. I'll kind of fan them out. But again, you can kind of look at the details of each tracker on the website once they're loaded, but really excited about this one. This has been one that has been requested lots and lots. And I think that this is a great one for, like, if you know somebody that's just gotten engaged and is just starting to plan out their wedding, this is a really great one to help them save for a wedding. I think, I know when I got married, I was like shocked at how much a wedding costs. And so that can be a not fun part of planning a wedding. So hopefully this just brings a little bit of levity and a little bit of excitement into the actual saving part of it as well. So really excited about this savings challenge. That is the first savings challenge. I'm going to set that to the side here. The next new savings challenge in the same vein of life events is called the Little One Savings Challenge. So this one is super cute. I had a blast putting this one together. It has, again, lots of different categories. So there's a little cover page, a little instruction page as well. And then there's diapers and wipes, feeding, stroller, car seat. Again, you might not use all of these, but I just wanted it to be comprehensive so you could pick and have what you needed. Car seat, gear, has little pacifiers on it. Nursery, clothes, toys and books, bath time, accessories, pregnancy care. That was a big one. I know that, mom often sometimes gets overlooked, particularly at bridal showers. So I wanted there to be a category where you could save for something like a pregnancy massage or just anything related to pregnancy care. Healthcare was another one I wanted to make sure was covered. And then just some miscellaneous with little teddy bears, which I thought were really cute. So that is the new Little One Savings Challenge. And I'm going to set that one to the side here. So that's the second new one. The third new savings challenge is a vacation savings challenge. And so again, highly requested savings challenge, and one that is near and dear to me right now as we are saving for vacation. But this one again has a bunch of categories. So if you aren't going to use all these categories, that's totally fine. But again, I wanted it to be comprehensive, and then you can pick the ones that you need for your vacation. So there's airfare, packing, pre-trip prep, accommodations, transportation, food and drinks, tickets, entertainment, activities, spending, souvenirs, emergency, pet care, and then both miscellaneous and other. I like to have both of those categories available in most of our savings challenges, so that if there's something, a missing puzzle piece for other, or something miscellaneous that you need to save for, that you have the chance to do that. So that is the vacation savings challenge. Again, a little cute cover on that. And then I'm really excited about this one. I have another variation of a vacation savings challenge, and I'm calling this one the Magical Vacation Savings Challenge. So this is the same exact categories as the Vacation Savings Challenge, but has a like fairy tale prince princess theme. And on the cover of this one, I put Steamboat Willie, which recently became public domain. So that means that Steamboat Willie, which is the earliest version of Mickey Mouse, is now part of the public. So that means that anybody can kind of use any image from Steamboat Willie in a design. So this is by no means, something that you have to use specifically for a Disney trip. I'm going to be using it for that, but it's just really intended to be themed with, fairy references to fairy tales, princesses, that kind of thing. So again, I'll just flip through it real quickly. Airfare, packing, pre-trip prep, accommodations are a little castle. Transportation is a little princess carriage, prince or princess carriage. Food and drinks, tickets, entertainment, activities, spending. Again, the categories are all the same, just the icons are a little bit different. Souvenirs, emergency is the same, pet care, miscellaneous, and other. So again, same categories, but just a little bit of a different vibe if you're planning a vacation with kids and you want to have a little bit of fun with it, or you're planning a vacation by yourself and you want to have a little bit of fun with it. There's the magical vacation variation as well. So for every single savings challenge, including the other savings challenge, I'm going to keep the 12-month savings challenge set and also keep the 1 month ahead set available as well, because those are both really popular. And then again, 52-week savings challenge, 100 envelope savings challenge. I don't even have those to show you because those are currently in the shop. They will continue to be available. But with any of the savings challenges that are this size, which are going to be these 6 savings challenges, let me just get them all lined up so you can see them. So there are going to be 3 options to purchase. So kind of 3 variations of each of these to purchase. So the first option is you can purchase the set of trackers just on their own. The other option is going to be purchasing the trackers with a set of blank white frosted envelopes. And in each set, there will be enough frosted envelopes for each tracker and then 1 additional frosted envelope for you to put both the title card and then the instructions in the envelope. And that way it will serve as a little bit of like a dashboard for you or a little cover page for you for the challenge. So you can just slide that in there. So there'll be 1 envelope for each tracker and then an additional envelope for you to put both of those cards into. So that will be an option. You can purchase the trackers with the envelopes. And then the third option will be the complete set. So you can purchase the tracker together with the envelopes and your choice of binder. And when I say your choice of binder, you can choose a snap binder or a zipper binder. Both options will be available. And then there are 10 colors of each of those for you to select from. Currently, there are 10 colors of each of those for you to select from. And this is an A6 size binder, so it fits these A6 size envelopes perfectly. So if you want the full set, you can go ahead and purchase the full set as well when it comes to these savings challenges. So that is it, guys. That was a lot. So if you've got any questions on anything that's coming to the shop, please drop a comment below. You can also shoot me an email in the contact section of the website. I'm going to be working on getting these listings up over the weekend. Until Tuesday, they will show as sold out or not available. And so just know if you're looking at the website this weekend and the products look up, they're not sold out. I just haven't pressed them to go live and I'm just starting to load them up on the website. But everything that we went over here will be available starting on Tuesday at 10 a.m. So Tuesday, August 13th at 10 a.m. is when all of these new products are going to go live. And I hope you're excited about them. Please drop a comment and let me know what you think. And as always, I wish you a simple budget, a calm mind, and a happy life. Thanks so much, guys.